Why today niching down isn't about market share, but about survival for small businesses. In 2025, being good at what you do isn't enough. If you run a small business, especially a purpose-driven, you know that very well, right? So how can you improve your digital presence now that there are so many channels, so many competitors? It is doable, but I need a bit of your attention. And please, before you roll your eyes and think like, oh, here's another coach that wanted me to niche down, hear me out. This isn't the usual fluffy chat about picking a niche. This is about why niching down makes your marketing more efficient and your business more visible, now more than ever. And I promise this will be practical. Why niching is not about the market share. Big companies can't afford to talk to everyone. You can't. When you try to appeal to everyone, your message feels vague and bland. When you choose a clear niche instead, your messaging gets sharper. Instead of we sell natural skincare, you end up saying we make a low-waste skincare for people with sensitive skin who are tired of greenwashing. You give a chance to your audience to feel seen instantly. They think, finally, someone is talking to me. Your marketing efforts work harder because every single piece of communication has a clear target. And just to be clear, niching down doesn't mean you or I can't work outside of a niche. I can help a small business that does yoga online or a copywriter that helps tech companies. In fact, some of my clients are outside of my niche and I still help them grow. But my own messaging stays very focused because that's what makes my marketing more efficient for me while staying true to my mission. Listen, I know you don't like to hear this, but marketing landscape just changed again. And that's why you need to be more proactive than yesterday. Let's be clear, I hate making you anxious. And if you've been here before, you know my mission. But AI brought some major changes to the game. And if we want to play, we need to adapt. So let's talk about that. First, AI has changed how people search. People don't just Google anymore. They ask ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity. And if those systems don't know you exist, you won't show up in your potential client search. Let's say AI favors clarity and specificity. The more specific the niche, the more likely you are to be picked up for what they call long tail prompts. These are the very specific questions that your ideal customer types in, like best vegan snacks for ultra runners with gluten intolerance, instead of just vegan snack. So you see where this is going, right? Specific has a chance. Second, the volume game has become expensive and crowded. It's not that volume doesn't work anymore, it's that keeping up with volume is much more expensive now. For example, even online advertising cost and CPM, meaning the cost per 1,000 impressions, used to be much cheaper. Today those prices have gone up almost everywhere. So even running a simple ad costs more. And on top of that, there are far more businesses competing for the same space. Before, fewer people used online advertising. Now everyone is online because they know that without it, they are invisible. That means you have less space and more competition. So if you want to get results without burning your entire budget, you have to be focused and sharp. Third, attention is expensive, and not just for your audience. We always talk about audience attention span, but what about you? Your time, your budget, your energy are already thin, right? A shorter list of really impactful actions is far more effective than trying to do everything and burning out. So, how do you create a fast digital footprint without burning out? A digital footprint is basically the sum of all the places where people and AI systems can find you online. Think of it as a trail of breadcrumbs. Your website, your social media, mentions on other sites, or a guest article, or reviews, everything. But before we dive in, what I'm about to share is concrete advice. And for some of you, it might seem a lot, but I'm sorry to break it to you, there is no silver bullet. This is going to take time and a bit of effort, but it will pay off. So, first thing you need to do is own your micro niche in words. Write down exactly who you help and what you help them with. Then say it everywhere. Websites, social bios, captions. Consistency is how people and AI systems connect the dots to recognize you. Another thing you can do is answer very specific questions in public. Most people focus only on social media like Instagram, but forget there are other platforms out there that are still underused. Substack, Reddit, Medium, Quora. These platforms are gold because LLM systems, LLM stands for large language models. These are the AI systems like ChatGPT. They learn by reading massive amount of text across the internet. So LLM uses platforms as sources, and they're not as saturated as Instagram. So write blog posts, Medium article, LinkedIn posts, or answer questions on Reddit and Quora, questions that your audience is already asking. Then borrow other people's authority. Don't build in isolation. Partner with other brands, even with potential competitors. Co-host a live, guest write on their newsletter, or collaborate on a guide, for example. I've written a full Substack on this, so you can find the link below. And this works because Google AI, just like people, they trust you more when other sources talk about you. Then use simple structured data on your website. These may sound technical, but stay with me. Schema is basically code that tells search engine and AI systems exactly what your pages contain. For example, product schema, this is the product, this is the price, this is the description, or FAQ schema, these are the common questions and answers. Adding these makes it easier for Google and AI to understand you quickly. Then you should collect reviews, but where it matters. Ask your customer to leave reviews on platforms that Google and AI can read, like Google Business, like Trustpilot, etc., etc. Reviews sent privately via DM, WhatsApp, or screenshots don't count here. You need these reviews out in the open, so web spiders can read them. Now, I feel like we need a reality check. For the truth that nobody on Instagram likes to say out loud, these won't work overnight. One blog post won't make you rank, just like one LinkedIn comment won't bring you a flood of clients. And even the cleverest niche won't explode in a month. Marketing is a slow, long-term investment. Anyone selling you a shortcut is selling you a dream. And that's fine, because slow, focused marketing works. It compounds. It lets you create a business that lasts, and not just a quick campaign that goes viral once and then disappears. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I know that small business owners carry so much already. They have product development, they have operations, they have customer care, and on top of that, somehow you're supposed to be a full-time marketer, right? Let me tell you that. You don't have to do everything. You just need to focus on a few things that actually move the needle. If this guide felt like a lot and you're not sure where to start, I actually created my 7-day digital marketing reset. It's an easy read and do challenge that helps you slow down, refocus, and live with a couple pieces of content that you can actually use right away. If that sounds like something you would be interested in, you will find a link below. Now, if you got until this point, thank you so much for your attention. I really hope that this will help you. And if it does, please tell me in the comments. I would really appreciate that. See you!